drink?
No, that's straight whiskey. It's just a lot to get me through the podcast. If I was to measure that, that's probably about 4.5, 5 shots, give or take.
Welcome to Out of the Draft Podcast. This is the full panel. We got Dylan right here, and then, of course, you guys. Go ahead and say your names.
Mitch.
And then DCD is not with us, a.k.a. Stat Boy. For some reason, he didn't really say that he wasn't coming or was coming, so hopefully everything's all right. He's probably just hanging out with his fam. Anyways, how was y'all's week? What happened since the last podcast with you guys?
Been long. A lot of drama at work we're not allowed to get into.
No kidding there, man. Holy cow. Right around the same boat.
Dude,
other than that, it's been a good week. I'm chilling.
Work has been
found some old Nascar cards that I'm going to be posting soon.
Do you have them to show? Do you want to show?
Yeah, there's some Alan cool. Like these are like old school like.
Oh, that's cool, man. I actually bought something recently. Actually, no, it's hanging on my wall. I can't go.
Then there's even these ones, which I thought these were different because you don't really.
Who's that?
Junior Johnson.
That's crazy.
Oh, okay.
Actually, looks really cool.
Oh
yeah, I know you sent me the picture of the Terry ones the other day.
Yeah, you never responded.
Thought I did. No, I don't want them.
That wouldn't work, you know? Like, you can't really...
Local legend right here.
He's local there?
Oh, yeah, he's from New York State. Bodine Brothers. Chemunk Speedrome.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. And this one, I don't know why it's still in plastic. Al Unser.
I don't even know who that is.
Me neither. I've never heard that name.
Yeah.
I think it says Indianapolis 500, so I'm guessing that's who he is. Somebody racing that.
Okay.
Yeah, Indy, yeah.
Not if he's awesome, good for him. Don't know him.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm glad that we're back. Also, guys, if you're watching the stream, please like, comment, chat with us. We would be willing to chat with you guys.
Absolutely.
I guess we could first start off with the truck race. It was at Pocono this weekend. Honestly, Pocono was surprisingly good this weekend. It was a different feel than any...
110,000 fans, or 110,000, 125,000.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, dude. Literally, the infield looked so packed, which it was so...
I saw that on the Sunday race, but that was literally the only race I saw the whole freaking weekend.
The whole weekend looked packed.
It was sad.
It was good.
That's good.
I missed a lot of the racing due to work and other obligations, but what I did see, I liked.
Yeah. The truck race I can get into, it was pretty decent. I think there was a lot of battles for the lead. There wasn't really much going on throughout the race. Kyle Busch was going to end up winning the truck race, and then a late caution came out, and then it stacked the whole field back up, and then you had his teammate, or his driver, John Hunter Nemechek, did a way better restart than Kyle Busch, which you don't even hear that often.
He was also on a different pitch strategy, though, too, right?
No, that was pitch strategy was mostly Xfinity and Cups.
Yeah, there was
trucks really don't have too much of a pitch strategy. It's you either come early to get before the end of the stage, or you stay out, get stage points, and then pit, and then you're just
okay.
Right.
Well, John Hunter Nemechek pitted at the end of every stage. Kyle Busch only pitted once.
Right.
At the end of stage 2. That was the only difference, but honestly, it equaled out to be the same.
Okay.
There wasn't really difference in the tires
Yeah.
or anything.
Wasn't a huge advantage if there was. But 3 of 5 races.
Yeah. John Hunter Nemechek obviously ended up winning the race, beating Kyle Busch. Sheldon Creed kind of sent it in there. Or no, was it Sheldon Creed? Yeah, that was the third car. Or third truck. Sent it in on Kyle Busch with 2 to go. Kind of giving John the victory, even though honestly he was probably going to get it. Even if they were there, it just would have been more exciting last lap finish, But
and that's probably why Sheldon did that. I mean, he obviously knows how strong Baby Young trucks are anyway. So Yeah, I feel like that was kind of a desperate move. Obviously, I saw a replay of it, and it was halfway desperate, I guess. But
well, honestly, if he would have been a little bit smarter and just let Kyle make a move, he could have made it 3 wide.
I agree.
That's just inexperience at its finest, right there.
Right.
My pick for him being terrible was way wrong.
you literally said
he was actually pretty freaking good.
Yeah. Didn't he win stage 1, right? Like, I think so.
I believe so, yeah.
I think stage 2, I thought. Maybe I'm wrong.
He did win a stage. I can't remember. I think it was possibly stage 2, but
yeah, the only thing I saw was like the last 5 laps of stage 2 and then like the first 10 of stage 3, and obviously Sheldon and Busch were gone early in stage 3, just drafting away, and I was like, man, Sheldon's got a decent truck, but obviously I don't know what happened after that, but I didn't see any of it.
That was pretty much it. Congrats to John Hunter winning 3 out of the 5 versus Kyle Busch in the Truck Series.
I loved the bow.
He bowed? I don't.
He
bowed.
He bowed.
Wow,
when he got out of the truck.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Which, if anything, I feel like he's measuring himself towards Kyle Busch in the Truck Series, which he's in the same equipment. That's
right.
Awesome.
So he should.
This is who I want to be. Essentially, that's the way I looked at it. But awesome to see that. It was funny. At the same time, it was like awesome.
Honestly, this is kind of career reset, like quote unquote reset. I think he's gonna help him in general. Like I think, because he's already getting Xfinity rides at Joe Gibbs at the end of this year, and then he'll probably end up going to Xfinity after something somewhere. And then honestly, I'd be on the lookout to another vehicle at 2311. That's kind of
I was literally just thinking that like a minute ago.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be so much 2311 at first. I don't think he would go to 2311 right away, even after 2-3 years in the Xfinity Series, just because they have so many drivers in the Xfinity Series right now that are sitting there waiting to go in. You got Harrison Burton, you got Daniel Hemrick down there. He's probably going to be out of a job the way he's been performing, just because you're expected to win.
Yeah, he's had opportunity after opportunity, and he hasn't capitalized, and it's a bummer because I like Hemrick a lot. Yeah, but you got to capitalize, and
so he's in the best equipment ever been in. He's top 10. Ain't going to cut it.
Right, and same with Brandon Jones. He has one win in the Xfinity Series, and that's with
3,
or is it 2? 3? Okay, well either way, even though he's got wins, he is still not performing.
It's either he wins or finishes 30th. Like there's no
exactly.
But then you look at Ty Gibbs coming in,
literally winning right away.
Yeah, winning right away on different styles of track too. It's not like it's just.
This is going to be a fun weekend at Road America, which we'll get to talk about because it's him and Kyle Busch being in the Xfinity Series, and I think that is going to be the battle we're going to look for because we're going to see really where Ty Gibbs is at, because he hasn't raced against Kyle Busch, but this not
that we know of anyway. But
not even in a top tier ride at all.
Right.
So I think this to me is kind of putting Ty Gibbs in okay, we really got to look out for you because if you don't perform like you usually do, then you may just be good in Xfinity, right? I know that it really doesn't count because he's 18 years old. He's got a lot to grow, but I think this is a big opportunity to show where his talent is.
Absolutely.
But since we're talking about Xfinity, I guess we'll get right into it. Stage 1 and 2 kind of dominated by Daniel Hemrick, actually. We were just talking about him. He loves to do stage 1 and 2 and then, of course,
disappear
because of himself. He screwed up. He sped twice in the last stage. Pretty much, there really wasn't much competition for Hemrick besides Austin Cindric, but even then, he wasn't that fast as the 18 on the long runs. From what I saw, that's from what I saw. I don't know, if y'all had a different opinion on that.
I missed the entire race. Yeah, I didn't see a lap. So
Okay, so that's kind of like where it was. There wasn't much of a battles through the race. Honestly, Xfinity was kind of the most boring race of the weekend, which to me that's surprising because it's usually the best. But
Yep.
we're at Pocono, so you never get.
things change.
But literally, Daniel Hemrick sped twice. There was a huge wreck with Justin Haley. He literally Sam Mayer kind of. Okay, Sam Mayer was doing exactly what he should be doing, and that's like getting passes on a restart. He was showing that, but he could have showed a little bit more patience. I'm not gonna blame him because honestly, he was there. Justin slid up.
It was a racing incident, but
When I first saw it, like it originally didn't even look like that bad of a hit that Haley took.
Oh no!
I think it was that inside wall that really shook him up. Just from the angle of impact, that's a rough angle.
That was like the Jeff Gordon hit it from Las Vegas where he like hit the little angle and then just like
it
was ugly.
It's like it just kind of just freaking shoots you back out. Like you don't have a choice. You hit it at that angle, you're going right back the other way. It's weird.
It must be all the replays I saw didn't show the whole thing because I just saw him get hit by another car.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, okay, when Ryan Vargas hit him at the end.
That's all I saw. That's all.
Okay, yeah, that was the minor part. The way he hit that wall he hit it a ton, man. Like it was,
he somehow like only one car hit him. The way he shot back across the racetrack,
I expected a lot to pile back in.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be bad. Like but other than that,
I'm gonna watch really quick just so I can have some knowledge. I don't know any.
Yeah, you'll see the angle. That's really the worst part about it is just the angle that he ended up hitting is a bad angle to hit like that.
So, okay, that hit. Yeah, I didn't see that part.
Yeah, that was awful.
Right there, that's the hit I saw where.
Yeah, where the red car hit him.
That's what I saw.
With that incident, we'll get to talk about Sunday's Cup race because that kind of gave a driver change in the 77. Justin Allgaier ended up being in that seat on Sunday, but we'll talk about Saturday's Cup race first. Just want to debrief on the rest of the Xfinity race. Literally, Xfinity was green flag the rest of the way after that. Austin Cindric had the lead. Ty Gibbs was closing a little bit at a time. But with about 3 to go, lap traffic kind of like screwed Austin Cindric a lot. Like coming out of 2, the lap car was supposed to go high and he kind of slid down in front of the 22 and like stalled his whole momentum. And then Ty Gibbs caught up about a second that whole lap. And then coming to the white flag, he literally was at his bumper in the tunnel turn. But of course the air, he couldn't control the pass. Like from lap, like your first lap, you can't control a pass like that. So it just literally just a really close finish to an average, below average Xfinity race. Congrats to Austin Cindric. I mean, you're dominating the Xfinity series right now. Like that's just.
It seems like if he's not winning,
he fell off for a little bit, but he's kind of getting back there.
Yeah, it seems like if he's not winning, there's 2 other drivers that are realistically winning. You're looking at AJ and
Kyle Busch.
And Kyle Busch. So 3 if you count KB.
He's done a lot of those this year.
He's in 100 of them in his career.
He's in double-digit column.
Yeah, he's done a whole 100, man.
But that's funny. That's so funny. And then we'll go to Saturday's Cup race. I think we started off with Larson being the leader from the pole from how they do their.
Only shortly though, like it wasn't like he didn't like drive away like we've been seeing. Which on another podcast they were talking about something like that, but we can get into that.
Please.
Pretty much though, all the Hendrick cars looked decent throughout the day. Chase Elliott overcoming, started from the back after last week's DQ. He found his way up towards the top 10, and then I think he finished 13th in the race.
Yeah.
You look at
what happened in the start of the race though. Literally, the restart.
Oh, yeah.
The start of the race, he
He
got
got hit
rammed in
behind.
the ass. By the 37 Aprice, and his whole right rear or left rear was
Crinkled in.
like crinkled in, and the aerodynamics was awful the whole race. And they said they just didn't have the speed because of that. But he loved how the car handled through the corners, but down the streets it was just a parachute. So that was pretty much all that his day was done after that situation. I could just see that already. But William Byron was so fast this whole.
I think he was honestly the best Hendrick car all weekend.
Yeah. He was so fast, and it kind of gives him the reason why he has the best average finish of all. I mean, of anybody at Pocono. So, I mean, yeah, he only has 6 races, but still, that's pretty good.
Says a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering Denny Hamlin has 6 wins there, 2 his rookie year.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy.
I expected Hamlin to be a little better this weekend. I mean, I know I only saw the Sunday race. I don't know how he was in the Saturday race, but I mean, he was okay Sunday.
He was like 5th through 7th car.
Yeah.
That's honestly, ever since he lost his top 5 streak, that's always been either a 7th to 15th place car.
Yeah.
He was saying, so he told his crew throughout the race, we're a 5th place car. Let's not make the car better, because if we overdo it, we're gonna screw our 5th place running. I was like, what does that even mean? Like, why would
you not want to make it better if you can?
Honestly, you want to know what I think it is? I think he was starting to look at points because after this weekend, he's only got 2 points over Larson.
Yeah.
He had a full 2 races almost points lead, and it's gone.
Like a race win versus a top 5.
And we have a couple tracks that anybody can win.
Yeah, literally. I mean, Road America is one of them. We haven't been there since 1956, so.
Yeah. You got Daytona coming up again. Watkins Glen is coming up. A lot of drivers have been getting much better there. There's nothing to say that he doesn't get a win, and he's the outside looking in.
Do we have any other new tracks this year? I'm not sure.
I believe that is it.
We're doing some Nashville, Road America, Bristol. I think there's one more, right?
Hang on. Road America, Atlanta,
Mid-Ohio, right?
Watkins, Indy Road Course.
Indy Road Course.
Indy, yeah. Ooh. I know who's going to win that.
I'm looking at.
Can go anyway.
I feel like I know who's going to. I have a strong feeling who's going to win that just because he has experience on that track. And he is in the 14 car currently.
I agree.
Because he's starting to put together runs.
He is. I mean, all of SHR as a whole, even Almirola, which I'm mind blown about, they're getting better. They're getting better. And I'm shocked, mainly on the Almirola part, but they all kind of picked up a little bit. I feel like on average since Nashville, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess technically 3 races with the 2 Poconos, but I mean, I feel like their average finishes are all kind of up a little bit.
The only one that's not has been Custer, and that's just because he's been in accidents.
Wrecks, right?
Yeah.
But he is still running fairly decent.
Yeah. At the end of the Saturday Cup race, we had a late restart with about 10 to go, and then it was Larson on the outside being the control car. We had Bowman and then Blaney pushing Bowman. And I forgot who. I think that was Kyle Busch. Was Kyle Busch behind? Yeah, I believe so. Kyle Busch was behind Larson. So they were pushing down the straightaways. As soon as the green flag dropped, Bowman slid up in front of Larson, takes the lead away, and then just leads until about 3 to go. It was a long, dirty air battle between Larson and Bowman. I actually want to get into this pass. How Larson created this pass to me, was phenomenal. I've never seen anyone do this in my life. I've never seen Junior do this. And Junior is like the best side draft person I've ever seen in my life. You know, just realistically.
Bro.
So when it came up to
I feel like Ryan Newman's pretty damn good at side drafting too, I'll be honest.
I've honestly And Ryan Newman's just a roadblock. He's the best.
Yeah.
He's the best blocker besides restrictor plates.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's the best chicane out there.
Well,
no, that's Rick Ware.
Well, yeah, I mean Newman's got a little bit more speed, but he's still a chicane.
Yeah, that's equipment based though more than anything too.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry.
So what's funny about this pass? Okay, so in turn 1, Larson cuts it down to the bottom. Okay, Bowman's cutting off that air, but he knows that there is the grippy stuff in the outside lane, like Larson does, and he keeps it full throttle. He does not let off when he cuts his air off. And so he knew that the grippy stuff will keep him in the corner. This was phenomenal. All right, so he keeps it going. He gets to his quarter panel down the straightaway, and he's meeting him about halfway down the straightaway. Larson lets off. He doesn't. He lets off so that Bowman can get ahead going into the corner. He side drafts the quarter panel and drives on back. Like, to me, that we no one just lets off in the middle of a straightaway.
No,
you don't.
Think about that.
Not unless somebody's cutting up in front of you.
Yeah, to think about that, to me, that's like pure.
He's clearly got the equipment under him now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But not only that, he's racing with his head. And that is why we're seeing so much results out of him.
For the first time, he's using his head. Like,
Yep.
Like, I think mentally he is the best he's ever been.
Absolutely. And I don't think he necessarily didn't race with his head back at CGR. But he was young for one, but also the equipment didn't allow him to do what he needed to do. So he had to compensate for it and overdrive it. Now he doesn't have to, so he's able to use his head a little bit more, make way smarter moves, way better moves.
Yeah.
And also better moves for the aero package itself to benefit himself. And I think that's why we're seeing him so successful. And it also worries me a little bit for next season regarding Larson. I think we're going to see him drop off next season. Just a little bit, anyway.
I think
it may, but it's not going to be a full half season drop off. It's going to be 4 races in the beginning, and then he's just going to start being up there up front.
Right. I think his average finish is probably going to be down 2 or 3 spots overall. And I mean, that's really not a big deal, especially if you're still winning, because that's obviously your objective. But I just think he's not going to be quite as dominant next year. He's going to have to, well, I mean, not only him, obviously, but everyone's going to have to relearn a couple of things, obviously. And
well, the way these cars drive next year, which they've already said, reminds them of an old stock car, right? And like Larson didn't go up through the stock car ranks, so like to him, this is going to be a whole new, like, yes, he's driving a race car that's a stock car right now. I understand,
right? I know what you mean though, but
it's going to be a different type of car that to me he has never had the chance to even accomplish.
Right. But at the same time, you have to look at what he's able to do. Like the kid, or the kid basically, he can sit there in a trailer playing a video game, golf or something, set down the controller and go jump in a super late model and fucking just dominate in that out of nowhere.
I saw he won a sprint car race yesterday.
Yep. Did you see his?
Ironically,
he I think it was like the first heat that he was in. He started on the outside. He let the leader go and he dive bombed into 1 on the first turn and made it stick and passed him.
Wow. He's something special, man. I saw it wasn't an article. I mean, it might have been an article or whatever, but I just read like the
headline,
the clickbait headline part, and it said, Hendrick or whatever, Rick Hendrick, and he said, "I've never seen anyone who wants to race as much as him for every minute of his life. He just wants to race."
I mean,
and Owen's getting into it now too, so
yeah.
And Owen's hyper. So just imagine him in a race car.
Actually, from what I've heard other drivers say, he's quiet and shy, but as soon as you put him behind the wheel,
he's one of the shyer ones, like compared to like Cash and Keelan.
Well,
he's one of the shyer ones.
Well, if you have Clint Boyer's blood in your body, I'm sure you're not shy at all.
Right.
You can't be.
If you're shy, that's not Clint's kid.
I did feel bad for going back to the race, I did feel bad for Larson going into 3. He had the win in
It was
the
a
back.
win, man. That sucks.
And
It reminds me of Denny Hamlin last year at Indy.
Yeah, I feel
Similar,
like I think what got him was how aggressive he was at the tunnel turn.
Yeah,
He
which they
was getting
stated.
he was getting really low on that apron, and I think that they're just abused up the left front, and that's what killed it.
Cliff Daniels, when they brought it back to the shop on Tuesday, they said it was too low of air pressure. So they brought it back and diagnosed like what actually popped because they couldn't do it at the racetrack because they don't have the tools for that. So they said that they used too low of air pressure on the left side, and with how fast they were going through the corners and stuff, it actually just blew the tire because there was just no air in it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm saying the tunnel turn, like that's the most aggressive spot on the track. You're not running the apron in 3 and 4, or turns 1 and 3. You're using that apron in the tunnel. Yeah, 4. What turn 4?
What turn?
You're not using that apron in turn 2 in the tunnel turn.
Yeah, I mean, no, I completely agree. That's just what actually caused the tire to pop, though. I was just giving that information. And then Sunday, we're back at it again. Oh, we didn't even say who won. Alex Bowman won. Just FYI, if anybody cared, Alex Bowman won.
If anyone cares.
No, I'm just kidding. 3 wins of the season. That's awesome.
He's got what? This is his 3rd win.
Yeah.
Richmond, Dover, Pocono, all different tracks.
Literally, that's his career. So what track leaves NASCAR first? Richmond, Dover, Pocono.
It's gonna be Richmond. They're gonna go in order.
No. If anything, I would expect Pocono just because there's not as much racing experiment. But then you have weekends like this, 120,000 fans. That makes you go, well, maybe we shouldn't get rid of this.
Yeah, but if you looked at the TV ratings, it was...
TV ratings are nice, but that you don't make money off TV ratings as much as you do off of sales in a compound facility.
I disagree. I think you make more on TV ratings. But also, I think the fans and the stands, that's great and all. I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love to see them packed. It's not going to last forever. I think the only reason we're seeing that right now, obviously, is this the second week that we've had like full?
I think so. Yeah,
full capacity, Nashville and then Pocono.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We've had it at a couple places now.
Have we?
Yeah.
I thought it was. All right. Well, anyway.
Like, because the Coke 600 was full, and then
You're right.
Yeah, we've had a few actually. Now think about it.
Anyway, though, I think the only reason we're seeing so many fans though is because so many fans are so freaking eager to go back
to a race.
I think they're all doing it right away. I mean, obviously, as soon as you can,
Yeah.
And I think that's why we're seeing them so packed. Because realistically, when is the last time we've seen Pocono packed? Like,
I would say 2006.
Exactly.
So so on NASCAR, we race against a lot of people. A few of my buddies actually live up in the Poconos, and they said that's the best racetrack that they go to, like view wise and like their party, like they have huge parties down there.
Oh, I'm sure, especially because they got the massive campground right on the outside of the track.
So like probably in person is probably a lot better. I'm sure of it.
I agree. Yeah, I mean they all are, but
there's several tracks that are just for some reason, and I think it's because there's not a lot of tracks up north. You get the biggest parties at Pocono, New Hampshire. You're looking at or even Dover, Watkins Glen. Those tracks, because it's not like you're in Charlotte where you can go to any track within 10 hours.
Right. So they only got one option, so they're all going to flock that way.
Watkins Glen party track is a party track. Like
that facility is really iconic. To be honest.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Jack Daniel's stand. Oh, love that. The VIP booth.
Yeah, you're excited. I know. How many weeks do you go?
4. Right?
3.
Yeah.
No, it's April. So I'll be there for the 7th is the ARCA race. Or no, 6th is the ARCA race. 7th is
April?
No,
August?
6th is the ARCA race.
I swear he said April. I was like, wait a second, what?
Anyway, 6th is the ARCA race. You have a doubleheader on Saturday with trucks, then Xfinity. And then you
Trucks
have
are running there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
That's their last race of the regular season.
Are you going for the whole weekend?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I might miss the ARCA race just because it's ARCA, and it's on a Friday. My buddy, he can't go on Fridays. That's when he's working, but he's taking off the Saturday, so we're going to go to the Saturday and Sunday, definitely.
Right.
But
well, it's funny you said
the
that.
trucks haven't been there, I think, since like 1996, 1997.
Yeah, it's been forever.
And it's going to be awesome to see those guys wheeling down into turn 1 because that's a loose turn.
It's going to be a wreck. It's going to be a wreck fest.
That's it. Since they put the runoff, it's been so much better.
Oh, I know. But
no more Jimmy Johnson incidents.
I'm glad that guy's just alive from that, man. That's
champions.
Shit was ugly. Yeah.
Foam barrier to a
that's how you get a 7-time champion.
Run him head on into an Xfinity
Hey,
car. That's how it gets done.
That's how it gets done. Like your brain just
flips. Holy shit! I'm a racer. What?
But no.
Previously to that, he wasn't. I mean,
yeah. No, so like, it was awesome to see all those people there.
Yeah, it was.
Race. I missed about the middle half, and then I saw probably the last 5 laps.
Are you talking about Sunday?
Yeah, like apparently Chase Elliott wrecked. I didn't even know what the hell happened.
Oh my lord! So I really want to talk about something because so there was about 47 to go. Okay, fuel mileage is about 45 laps. Okay, that's a caution came out, so on and so forth. Well, Chase was behind Larson, I think, for second, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yeah. That okay. Well, so he did the same thing he did in Nashville. He faked Larson out really hard going into the pits, and he stayed out. But because he was going slower than the car beside him that wasn't trying to pit, because, the pit road speed versus track speed was a different...
He did. Right. He didn't maintain speed, technically.
They technically said he didn't maintain speed, but if you look at any other race, just I really want to talk about this, because I've seen people do it, and they gain back their position no problem. But that's what caused Christopher Bell being the leader, okay? So Christopher Bell was the leader, and there was a huge... So, like, the people that pitted was only about 10 of them, which was Larson, Hamlin, Byron.
The guys up front.
The guys that were saving fuel at the end of the race. Those are the people that pitted. But at this time, Kyle Busch was stuck in 4th gear. He had no clutch, no nothing. So he is stuck in 4th gear. And so he has to pit every lap under caution just so he can try to make it around. Yeah, trying to make it around enough time for him to time it right, so they can go to green with the same amount of speed. Which that's pretty awesome. That's
he did a great job. Yeah. He really did.
Yeah, I feel like anybody else wrote him off that race.
No.
As soon as that happened, I was like, yeah, he's done.
He's done.
And realistically, if we would have had one more caution, he would not have won that race.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, he was done. I completely wrote him off. Can't lie, until it was about 15 to go, and I was like, man, Busch is looking good right now.
Well, think about how much fuel he was able to save by staying in 4th gear.
Exactly, and then he also technically, when they took the final green flag, he was technically the best on fuel. He was the last one to pit it because he was pitting every single lap.
Yeah, exactly.
So he was in the best spot.
So, well, because of them saying that
Bell was the leader.
Bell was the leader. Chase had to start a different row or whatever. Well, because of all this happening, literally, I forgot who took him 3 wide. I think it was Chastain, if I'm not mistaken. I think Chastain was the one that took him 3 wide going into to turn 1.
Yeah, it took Bell. Well, he took.
Well, this is starting the lap. Okay.
Okay.
And then they like race side by side all the way until turn 3, and then Ross Chastain just decides to
Put Bell on the wall.
just clears himself. 8 tires is better than 4, I guess. Like
Not even clear. I mean, they were door to door.
No, yeah, like and they cut each other's tire down. Well, he cut Ross's tire down, and then the next lap later, Chase does the same thing to Bell. I don't know if Bell was like so close on their door and getting them loose. Maybe that was what the thing.
Maybe, yeah.
But like,
I don't know.
2 drivers in the same exact turn.
The same thing. I'm sure Bell was heated. Like, what the fuck, man?
Dude, he was so mad. And then, of course, Chase cut a tire, and then so did Bell. Long story short. Well, the race went green the rest of the way. Then you had a weird strategy with the 4 and the 2. We have Harvick and Brad on a. They weren't going to make it no matter what. Same with the 9. So that all those people weren't trying to save fuel. They were trying to run it as far as possible. And on that same strategy was told by Rudy Fugel to the 24 that they were going to run hard the whole thing because they couldn't save 3 laps. So
then they had them.
Then they had to, which was their mistake. That was their mistake. They should not have done that.
With 15 to go, they go, "Hey, William, go to max save."
Stupid. You can't flip your strategy halfway through. That makes no sense. You do one or the other, and you're in your bed,
Honestly, if he was making 14 more laps, or like, say 10. Let's say 10 more laps of the same speed he was running, who knows? He still might have won that race.
Come in for a splat. Because that was their... That's what I don't understand. When they took the green, and after all the chaos and stuff happened, Rudy Fugel came on the radio and said, it's going to come down to who's fastest on pit road, implying that everyone's going to pit.
Yeah.
Implying he's going to pit as well. So he's like, run it hard. You need to get the biggest distance you can. So why flip the strategy midway?
Because it may work.
Exactly. You saw Keselowski. He was on the same strategy. He ran hard, and he was fast. Whenever he had clean air on old tires, he was actually freaking quick.
Yeah.
And it actually halfway worked out for Keselowski.
Yeah,
if Byron would have done it, it would have been close, but he might have gotten it. It would have been close between him and Busch. They shouldn't have flipped strategy like that. That was stupid.
That's what cost them the race win. I think
absolutely.
I really think the 24 had it.
I agree.
Even because how fast he was going, he had within 10 laps, he had a 15-second gap to Kurt Busch. 10 laps. Yeah. If he ran 10 more laps harder, the same way, okay? Pit road was literally 33 seconds. If you got a splash of fuel all the way down, all the way back, he would have been 3 seconds behind. And well, guess what? They still would have been.
They're still saving fuel, right?
So he would have won the race.
But at the same time, unfortunately, he can't take it back. But that's something they can think about in the future now too.
You can't flip your strategy, man. It's too late at that point. Either do one thing or the other. Don't try and do both. It doesn't make sense.
Rudy has never made a call that's stupid before.
I know. He's always made good calls.
I almost wonder if he felt pressured because of how much Hendricks is being looked at, and like everybody
probably
else was saving fuel. Everybody else behind him was saving fuel except for them. And I believe their calculations were even off.
Well, yeah, like, they still end up making it to 3 to go. And then,
3 to go, yeah. And that was after him and Max saved for like 10 laps.
Yeah, so they would have been
way short.
Yeah.
So they had a pit with 3 to go. Coming to the white flag, which to me, I've never understood this.
Should have stayed out.
Denny Hamlin he flipped the switch out of 3.
Okay? Yeah.
To me, I thought it was out of 2.
No, like
it was. I think it was midway down the short stretch.
The short stretch.
Yeah.
Okay. So you could at least make it to turn 2. That's what we were hearing. Why pit?
Right. Because you can coast from there. I mean, yeah, you're not in the winning position, and you know that if you already flipped the switch. But
Top
that's
10.
better than stopping and pitting.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't. These calls, man. Two calls right there. Stupid calls.
Shame on you.
Yeah, absolutely. They're better than that.
That should be one of our new things. Shame on you.
Shame on you. New segment. Shame on you for the week.
Yep.
I like that.
And then we had Kyle Busch, who was stuck in fourth gear. All right.
Max save all race.
Max save, because
Right.
he was in fourth gear. Had the best fuel. Literally even made it back around to the get his checkered flag. So
Underpower.
literally Kyle Busch in the bag. Congrats to KFB. That was a cool win because honestly
He did take ninth place on the all-time win list back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He
Somebody else
surpassed
has.
the tie,
Somebody else.
of Harvick's, but I think Harvick will gain it back here soon, especially
Hey, he'll win.
I freaking hope.
He'll win Daytona, and then he'll be out.
I don't know though. I mean, we saw Atlanta earlier this year. Harvick was not Harvick there.
Yeah, but it was. Yeah, but I don't know. It's gonna be in a hot summer. It should be a little bit different.
It will be a little different. Yeah, you're
Are
right.
they going back to the 550?
Yeah, of course they are.
I actually feel like the 550 in hot traffic, I feel like they're going to have to let off. Like, they're not going to be able to hold it.
I agree, and I think that's going to help Harvick.
It's going to make it more of that old Atlanta a little bit. Not a lot. Just
Unless they put fucking traction compound down.
No.
Which I'm sure they're going to do.
They need to put resin down.
I agree, but I'm sure they're going to put traction compound in like the middle lane.
Compound at all?
I don't think they have it planned.
Yeah, they
I
have.
think they have. I think they did last year.
Well, hang on. Let me go to YouTube and look up the
Maybe not.
2021.
I don't think they've ever done traction compound in Atlanta.
They might not.
Because they only do it at slick racetracks. Like, I mean, not slick, but like
Atlanta.
what should we call it? Racetracks. Very.
Nope. No traction compound.
Racetracks.
Okay.
They did not put it there at all.
Okay. Well, maybe not then. But
they put it.
Well, it should fall into Harvick's hands.
Really, only one groove.
I'm gonna be so mad if I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna love it if he wins, but I'm gonna be mad that I'm not there because I've gone to so many Atlanta races and missed Harvick win. But then my dad goes, "Huh?
Have you ever seen a Harvick win in a race in person?"
Just Xfinity.
So one that doesn't count.
Pretty much.
Wow.
But I'd just be mad because my dad got to obviously see his first win ever at Atlanta. And then he goes back to Atlanta and watches Kevin. I'd be like, you freaking kidding me, man? Anyway, though, congrats to Kyle. That's impressive win. Honestly, he probably wrote himself off, realistically.
He probably said, this car's junk. Just take it to the shop. Let's park it.
I wonder how many times he thought about that.
Honestly, he was so happy in the race car that day.
He really was, man. He was singing and shit, like
he was like,
even with his issues, like vibing. He was like, "Yo, I'm chilling. This car's quick.
I'm singing in the rain."
Yeah, he was singing. That was funny.
No, I there's a different Kyle Busch the last couple of weeks though. Like, yeah,
it's been weird. I don't know what to do. Is he about to have a mid like a snap or?
Yeah, someone's gonna wreck him this week, and he's gonna have just a blowout. Like he's gonna just go punch somebody. Like I
hope it's Logano.
I hope it's Logano. I hope Logano just sends him into one. Like,
No. I want it to be Bubba because Bubba will swing.
He's not gonna fight Bubba.
Yeah,
he'll get canceled.
Oh my god.
True. But
there'd be a lot of hate though if he really did fight. But I mean, even if he wanted to, he probably wouldn't. But
yeah,
if he did, there'd be a lot of hate.
Dude, just imagine if the Denny Hamlin Kyle Busch rivalry came back.
God, that'd be great.
That'd be so funny. I remember
he'd go wreck Boa.
I remember. Oh my god! I remember when he said, "Y'all better get me away from Denny Hamlin after this race, or I'm gonna kill him."
I'm gonna kill him. Yep.
All-star race.
So good.
2010 it was a beautiful year actually. Let's so
Let's get into some news.
Yeah.
News. I guess we'll start with Keselowski situation.
Yeah, I feel like that should be the best.
It's been confirmed by social media. However, neither team has made a public announcement about it. It's all hush hush. TJ, Joey Logano's spotter on Doorbell McClear even said he pleads the fifth. So I feel like he's been cut out of probably team meetings now too. That's happened.
I doubt it, because even if you're leaving, there's still over half a season. Well, not over, but half a season left that you need to go try and win and a championship. I don't think they're cut out of meetings.
They probably have meetings without him though. Still,
maybe if it's regarding the new car, but if not that, then I don't see what the point would be to leave him out of meetings.
Yeah, because like that's still their dollar/sponsorship.
Right.
Because it's not like Keselowski has any of his own sponsorship, because like Penske uses.
He ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
I think the only one he has is Discount Tire, and they're not even. I don't think they sponsor.
That'd probably be it.
Yeah, I think that's the only one that'll probably end up going with Keselowski.
Right, and even if they do, it'll be two, maybe three races. That'd be it.
Yeah. But so Keselowski obviously ain't going there. A lot of people are saying, or they want to see him run the 29.
29.
That was it. Yeah, because that was his father's number. That's also what he raced in the Truck Series.
He did own the 29. Yeah, that's right. I don't see him running the 29. Not being Roush. Roush is stuck in his freaking ways.
I think,
but he's going to be in a Roush. He's going to be in a Roush number.
Well, so here's my thing. People are like, oh, the 6 is the flagship. Give the 6 to Chris Buescher.
I don't think you should. I hate when teams do that. I hate it.
100%.
I mean, I know, like, technically sometimes the team might not change at all. Like, it's literally just the number. Mm-hmm. But I just hate it. I think it's just weird. You know?
It is, but it is an option they could do. If Keselowski wants to run his dad's number to make his own legacy being an owner now, he has that ability.
Yeah, but even then, it's a part-time owner. 50, I guess 50-50, I don't know. But
probably third. There's 2 owners there already, Roush and Fenway.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, Roush and Fenway.
Okay.
So it'll be split into thirds.
It'll probably be 25, 25, 50.
50, yeah. Because I'm sure Roush had 50. Yeah, so it's split between Roush and Keselowski. So, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess realistically he could, but I don't think he wants to take that number.
I don't think he wants to take the 6, though, either. That's Mark Martin. Like, I know Ryan Newman's driving it, and it's been passed around a lot, but I feel like the 6 car that was Mark Martin. When you think about the 6 car, you think about the Valvoline or the Viagra Ford.
I mean, we could see him bring back the 26, you know?
You know what's funny, man? Yeah, I could 16. See that. The 26, yeah.
16 if
I think Colleague's going to take 16.
Yeah, Colleague's definitely got the 16.
Yeah. It's funny, though, that you mentioned the Viagra car. Just a quick detour story. I was talking to my parents, I don't know, a month or 2 ago. I'm not sure when. But my uncle was a big Roush fan in general. He liked Matt Kenseth back in the day, Mark Martin, and so on. And they said whenever he got Viagra on the car, he stopped rooting for Mark Martin because he didn't want to root for that. And I was like, why? Just a freaking sponsor. You don't have to use it or support it or anything. You know, if you like the driver, you like the driver. Like, yeah, they were like, yeah, he was that shallow. Like, because it had Viagra on the car, he wanted nothing to do with it. He didn't care who it was.
Made the car a little longer.
It gave the car
that splitter wrench it got. No, but I just thought that was funny. I was like, that's stupid, man.
Yeah, it is.
like I understand as a kid, you 9 times out of 10 you choose your driver based on the sponsor.
As a kid, yeah. As an adult,
right?
though,
But to lose your favorite driver because of a sponsor, is that even a NASCAR fan?
that'd be like me.
Are you even a fan of that person at that point?
Well,
Jeff Gordon was my favorite driver growing up. That'd be like me. Oh, he's sponsored by AARP now. I don't want to be.
Exactly, because it's for old people. Like, who cares?
Well,
Sponsors navigate towards relatable drivers. If you look at Brad Keselowski, Miller Lite left. I think that they did their one race this year and that was it.
They didn't even do a race. They did.
No. It's going to be the Keystone car. So they're down that. Harvick, Busch beer. You think of dads out in the yard doing yard work, drinking a beer. You look at Pennzoil.
Harvick ain't doing no yard work. He's a clean freak.
Yeah, he is. But looking at him, like he's
his
older.
She does the mowing.
Where's the pants to the family?
Look at when Clint Boyer came into the sport. Jack Daniels partying all the time.
Jack Daniels. I miss having Jack Daniels in the
I know.
sport.
I wish
I can have...
Jack Daniels and Cheerios.
So, like, talking about, like
Beerios.
your favorite driver, and like they have a different sponsor or something like that. So, my dad has been a huge Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan for his whole career.
Right.
But around about 2004, 2005, he devoted his life to Christianity, and like he became a Christian, and he was like, I can't really support Budweiser because that's not something I do anymore. So he didn't buy any of the shirts or hats, but he bought like die-casts and stuff like that. But he knew that he couldn't like just go wear a Budweiser T-shirt just because of like he just wasn't in that scene anymore in his life, and so I get where he's coming from, but he doesn't lose him as a fan. I feel like that to me is weird.
You're cheering for the driver, not the sponsor.
Right.
Yeah.
And even then, in the case of, like your dad's situation,
Yeah.
I'm sure, maybe not so much back in the day. Obviously now there are, but, you could still buy a hat that just has a 4 on it or whatever. It says Stewart Haas Racer. It doesn't have a sponsor.
Yeah.
Like I said, maybe not back in the day because I knew they were big on putting the sponsors on the hat back in the day.
Well, especially with Junior. Junior could call Budweiser at 3:00 in the morning. Hey, I need a truck full of beer. Get it here.
Yeah.
Right. So
30 minutes.
I understand that from your dad's point of view. I completely get that.
Yeah.
But like you said though, but to lose him as a fan, like that's excessive,
Because like, was you really like you said? Was you really a fan?
Right. I couldn't do that. If Harvick went and I can't even think of a sponsor that's worthy enough to force me to not be a fan anymore.
Yeah, I don't think I would have one. Right?
Right. I don't care. Obviously I would prefer something on the car that I know of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it don't matter to me. I just want to see him go out there and win. I want to see him succeed and do good because he's my favorite driver.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with the car. But, back when I was 10 and starting to like Kevin Harvick is a whole different story. I wanted to see the Reese's car out front,
Yeah.
But I just thought that was a funny, stupid story, kind of.
Oh, no, that was actually really, really funny.
But
other
anyway,
than
Chip, sorry, Brad Keselowski, he's with Roush now. So,
quick question on that: what do you think, if any, changes will be made to Roush? And also, do you think they're even going to get better?
Yes,
I think they will. What I'm curious about is where does Ryan Newman go? Because I feel like Ryan Newman is not going to be one to want to put up the hat, but at the same time, I don't want to see him go into a front row motorsports car or something like that. Like, he's a talented driver. He still knows how to get it done on the track. Granted, he's not winning, and you can say that's partially due to the equipment he's been in. He left Stewart. When's the last time he had a top level competition car? Stewart Haas.
Top level Stewart Haas, no doubt.
Won 2 races? 2-3 races.
Something like that, yeah. And then went to RCR and won 2 races.
And then almost won the championship without a win.
God, I'm so glad he didn't do that. not for the fact of Harvick, but that would just be such a freaking disappointment.
And it was
going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I say the playoff format.
They'd be like, "What the hell did we just do?"
But and since he left Stewart-Haas, he's kind of just gone down. And I think it's because one is his age. I could see possibly Roush going to a 3-car operation.
I could see it.
But if you're going to do it, though, you have to do it now with the new car coming in. I
agree. I could see it, though, especially because of the way that we said that Roush would be probably split into 3 ways, technically 50, 25, 25, but still 3 parts. So most likely we're going to see Roush field a car, Fenway field a car, and then Keselowski field a car, I think. Obviously, Keselowski would be fielding himself, technically, I believe, just with Roush equipment. But I mean, we could see 3 cars, but I don't see it. I think we're going to see Newman out of the ride, sadly, and I really think he's going to go to trucks. I think he's going to land like a GMS
ride. He goes to trucks, he needs to stay competitive truck. Don't jump into...
Yeah, I think it's going to be like a GMS, because we've seen him run a couple GMS rides before.
I think he'll stay with Ford.
Maybe.
That's my opinion. Know. Or, honestly, I could even see him dropping just down to Xfinity Series. There's a lot of teams that could learn from him with these young drivers.
I agree. I just don't know who would want him. I mean, everything's kind of filled, you know?
It is, but at the same time, look at College Racing, for instance.
That's true. I didn't think about that because they're moving Haley up. So they could slot him into there. But
put him in the 11 car, teaching younger drivers at that level before they go to Cup.
It's not bad.
But either way, going on from there, what other news did you have?
I would like to say something about it.
Go ahead. Yes, young man.
So I actually we think that Newman's leaving. Like what about Chris Buescher? Like I'm saying that he could go to a better ride. This is what I'm so we have no idea exactly what's going to be open because, Almirola, he can go to the 10 car.
That's not bad. That's not a bad idea. I just think
unless
do you know if he's in a contract
Smithfield stays with
I believe so.
Almirola. If Smithfield stays with Almirola, he's staying in the 10 car.
I think regardless if Smithfield stays, SHR is dropping him. He's not performing and he's driving like trash. There's no reason to keep him.
But he just put together 3 good races.
We got 3 good out of 19 that they've done.
Well, even Buescher could go to the new GMS team. I know this sounds weird. It's a different manufacturer and everything, but we have no idea who's going to field those cars. We have no idea who's going to field the second. What team we're about to talk about in a second, and then Buescher. I don't think he's staying. That's the one I don't think is staying because
that's not a bad idea. I don't know if he is in a contract year. You said he might be.
I think he is because he always. I think he's always ever.
See if you can find it out.
I'm looking.
I just didn't really rule him out or rule him into leaving. I guess because of when they dropped Stenhouse and brought Chris Buescher in, they basically apologized publicly to Buescher and said we shouldn't have ditched you like that because you were great, quote unquote. But I wouldn't be so opposed to seeing him in 10.
Roush Fenway expects Chris Buescher to remain with the team after the contract extension of Fastenal through 2024.
Yeah, but Fastenal's been on that team forever, right?
I don't know.
So I would not. I don't think. I don't know. I just see Chris Buescher just going to a better team because you've seen him perform in the team that he's at, and
he's not bad. He's performed because obviously we know the equipment's not great.
Roush Fenway Racing on Wednesday. This was printed May 19th, 2021 by ESPN, Associated Press. Now say a contract extension for both driver Chris Buescher and longtime sponsor Fastenal. Deal with Fastenal extended through 2024. Primary sponsor for Carl Edwards in the Xfinity Series, 8 drivers. Currently in his second season, he's 14. So it sounds like they extended. They just didn't release the information. It's probably a 1-year deal.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I could just see him leaving. Like, I'm not saying the Newman will say either. Like, we may have 2 new drivers in the
right.
Because like, if Keselowski takes over, he could be like, "Yo, this is what we need to do. We need to perform this way, that way."
Right. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I mean, he's ran a truck team before. I mean,
he still owns a business. He closed Brad Keselowski Racing. He opened like Brad Keselowski Industries or something like that. It's like a shipping manufacturing company or something.
Really? I didn't know.
I didn't even know that.
Yep. Sorry, random knowledge.
No,
it's always great to have.
But that, in my opinion, I don't see them open to a 3-car team just because of the charter system that we have right now. We're literally running out of charters for everything because of what we're seeing. Yeah. We've even seen the people that we're about to talk about next decided forget the charters. Let's just buy a team. So
that's a pebble of money.
So I just think I think we could see the 26 of Brad, because the 2 and the 6. Do you see my point here? So we can see the 26 of Brad, and then we could see still the 6 or the 17 of whoever. I think one of their numbers is going to get deleted. I think the 26 will be Brad. Personally, I think he won't want to fill into the 6 because.
Although at the same time, if sponsor says we want to sponsor the 6 car only because that is the flagship, guess what Brad's driving? The 6 car because sponsors talk.
I mean, you're not wrong, but at the same time, if you got part-time ownership,
you can say no.
You can say no, yeah, you can go elsewhere.
No, but you could say ask.
We got Keystone.
Oh my god.
Bottom of the barrel.
Anyways, that's my whole opinion about Brad and him.
No, that's great. You brought up some good theories there. That opened my mind up a lot, so I appreciate that.
I really just don't think Busch is going to be in Roush next year. I really don't. I think he's going to be in a better ride.
But
I think he deserves better.
Mentioned though, they can't unless there's a void in there that allows him to leave.
I mean, someone could buy him out. I mean, we still don't know what's going to happen with the 2 car. Is Penske going to buy out Cindric from Wood Brothers and just bring him straight to the 2? Or do they just drop it for a season,
They ain't dropping the 2 car.
I know. I agree. I think they're going to buy him out, personally.
Random thought, or random thing. I just found out my daughter at my desk.
That's great.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, we could see the same situation with Buescher. Someone could buy him out, especially in the case of, like, Stuart Haas dropped the 10. I don't know. I think it's Gene that owns the 10, if I'm not mistaken.
Gene owns the
Gene owns the 10.
He owns 2 of them. That's half and half.
Yeah, the 41 and the 10.
Okay, and the 10, okay.
Did I glitch?
Yeah,
did it not say
Yeah. And all I heard was the 41. So I was like, well, and another one. But
yeah, I literally said, the 41 and the 10.
So, I mean, we could see that. I don't see Stuart Haas specifically buying him out of a contract, but at the same time, Harvick could have a lot of pull at that as well, especially with his management. He could be like, yo, it's worth it.
They are 50-50 ownership on all 4 cars.
Yeah. So it's Stuart Haas on every car.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's actually really crazy.
And then it's the exact same way for Xfinity as well. That's 50-50.
Yeah. No, Gene Haas owns the 98.
Sure.
Yep.
That's probably why. What's his face is in there? I'm just kidding.
Probably.
Anyways,
Where'd you find that information about the Cup cars, though?
NASCAR.
Like on the entry list?
Yeah.
yeah, I
That's who the owner is.
I know that's what it says, but for the Cup, it's different from what it is like Xfinity, where it shows like the people laid out.
Yeah.
The Cup literally just says teams. Because I specifically heard, I watched an interview with Stewart back when they brought when they dropped Suarez into and put Custer in, and Stewart said he didn't have a choice because the 41 is owned by Haas. It was completely Gene Haas's decision to drop Suarez.
Honestly, I kind of like that though, because then you can kind of compete against your boss and say, "Hey, this is what I do."
Right. You can compete against each other within the company and still
not
run a company, obviously. But
Rick Hendrick owns the 9 for Junior Motorsports.
Oh, you didn't know that? Yeah, that's why.
Nope.
Well, when a junior gets a team in the Cup Series, if he does that, Rick Hendrick will have to take his money out of the Junior Motorsports.
Yep. I don't think he won't though. After everything that's going on, even on his podcast, he was saying,
he just said it's too expensive.
It's too expensive. He said
he said that he thought they were going for like 5, but then found out they were going like 7 to 10, and he was like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Well, the teams, but
no, just for the charter.
No. I'm gonna stop you right there.
From buying it from people.
A team, it is 5.
Right.
It's about 7 to 10 million. But
because they want to make money off the charger if they're gonna drop.
If you are the last 3 cars in the point system,
of 3 years in a row.
No, they changed it. It's literally each year now. Yeah, I just heard that. I'm not.
It has to be after. Well, this charter contract expires in 2024. So it would have to be after that charter contract.
I promise you. I literally just learned that, like on NASCAR website.
I'm saying what I last read on the charters was it was the contract is 2023, 2024. You had to finish the last 3 years in a row. Which
I think it was Bob Parker's. He literally said, if you're below this number, you lose your charter. So let's say if you finish out the top 30 in points, you lose your charter. And Rick Roller Racing is going to lose their charter.
Great news.
Bro,
how
does Jamie Mack have more points than most of these guys?
He ran one freaking race.
So if he buys it from NASCAR, it could be $5 million versus if he buys it from a team. So
but in the sense of Trackhouse, Trackhouse probably offered Chip. Well, he just bought the whole team, so he probably didn't even care about the charters at that point. I guess.
No, he did.
It came with the charters.
Yeah, literally, he bought. So he came to.
I say we're getting into it. We haven't talked about it yet, so let's get into it.
So
we'll go ahead and get into that.
So literally, Justin Marks came to Chip Ganassi, and he looked at Ganassi and said, "I know you're not trying to sell. This is not a thing. I'm going to give you this number. We don't know the number, of course." And Chip Ganassi goes, "Yes."
I'm sure a lot of that was Pitbull's money as well.
No, absolutely.
Not just Justin Marks, but
I think
probably.
I think 90% of it was Pitbull money because Pitbull
90.
Yeah. I literally think he put like $25 million down on that team and just like here.
Oh yeah. That's probably about what it sold for, $25 million. I bet.
I'm like.
So do you think Trackhouse just? Well, actually, that's a good question though, because I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, I think you're about to.
Back at Nashville, Trackhouse said that they wanted to open up in Nashville. So do they still do that, or do they just take over the CGR place and just say, "Well, we're not going to Nashville"?
Yeah, they're going to take over. So start with the new car. They're going to start in North Carolina, I believe. Okay. So their goal is to...
That's a smarter move anyway.
Yes, so they can be with ECR and HMS. So they can kind of like figure out where their team's at and stuff like that.
Right.
But this also means they do not have 3 charters. That means they only have 2.
Right.
So a lot of people was getting confused, thinking because they have their own, and then they bought 2 more.
That they had 3, but no, they just got the 1 because they only planned on running 2.
Yeah, they don't even own a charter.
Right.
That's Spire's car, actually.
Right.
So Justin Marks just literally rents out that vehicle. That's what that is.
Right.
So when they bought, that's why they were like, well, we'll just go for the whole team. Like we'll just be like, here. So they already said that Daniel Schwartz will be one of their drivers. This also means that all of the employees from Ganassi at the end of the year will lose their job. Every pit crew member, every shop member, every engineer, every crew chief, spotter, everything will lose their job. That has been said.
I'll be honest, that's the worst part of this stuff.
I think half of them gets rehired.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I believe that too.
I think more than half. It's probably going to be a good 65-70%. Because, and the only reason I say that number is because the people that are at Trackhouse now are absolutely going to stay.
Yeah.
I don't know what their numbers are, you know what I mean? But
here's the big thing about that, though, too, is there's a lot of people that aren't going to get hired back.
Right. And not to be rude, but some of them probably don't deserve.
Crew chiefs?
I mean, look at CGR right now. What are they doing?
Now who do you think takes the second car? Who
Chastain, no doubt. I think they'll rehire Chastain. He's got sponsorship on his side right now. He's a solid driver. He's young. Might as well try it.
You can build it.
I mean, what's to lose, you know? He's shown he's got talent. It's just a matter of what he can do with it.
I honestly believe that Chastain will get the car, like you said. But I think that him and Suarez teamed up with Trackhouse and with how they're running now can only be better. Like
they're going to be strong.
They're going to be better than Chip Ganassi. Like
I mean, Daniel Suarez already is.
I mean,
can we just say one thing though? How sad it's going to be the day that there's no longer Chip Ganassi racing.
I know. I thought about that earlier. It's kind of like the last. I mean, it's not, but it's kind of like the last remnants of DEI, and it's just going to be like
it literally is.
Just
the one car is from DEI.
Yeah. So it's funny you say that, but the vice president of DEI, the original DEI,
he's at Trackhouse.
He's at Trackhouse.
I saw that earlier, and I was like, "Oh, fuck."
Here's what number do you think Chastain goes to, though? It's not going to be 42 or 1.
No, it's going to be the 42.
It's going to be 1.
Why do you say that? I think it's going to be the 42.
I think Trackhouse is going to be 99 and 1.
I mean, gets you to 100.
Yeah, it literally like.
Well, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Because like everyone's in a Trackhouse sandwich, you know what I'm saying? Like.
If they do that, and then if they eventually spread to a 4-car team, they have to continue that. Be like 42 and like 48.
No, I think if they go to a 4-car team, 99, 98, 97, 96.
Well, what they were saying, if Kurt Busch stays, they might do the old 97 for his last hurrah. And
that would be, I'll be honest, that would be cool.
So
I miss that Sharpie car.
I honestly miss the old Kurt Busch. It's kind of funny. Kind of makes me happy. Like
I like the new Kurt Busch better. I wish
absolutely. Well, like as a person, yeah, but like for the sport, though. Like I want someone to straight up just cuss their team.
Everyone cuss everyone.
Old has been.
Dude, you know who I really dislike? I know that we're talking about Kurt Busch. So, like, it makes me think about this guy. I really dislike Jimmy Spencer, like, as a whole.
Me too, man. I don't like him or his personality at all. Do you remember that old show that they had? It was
On Speed?
Well, wasn't a show. It was like his segment thing or whatever.
Dude, terrible.
And he basically just trash talked the sport and the drivers. Oh, yeah. I was like, what is this? Like, how is this promoting anything? It didn't make sense to me. I don't like Jimmy Spencer.
No, neither did Dale Jr.
You haven't saw that recently
on the show. He's actually not far from me, from where he grew up.
Oh yeah.
Yep, it is an hour and 14 minutes about from me. He's from the northeastern part of Pennsylvania.
That explains why I don't like him.
Yeah, I'm PA boys. Well, like, so I was listening to Dale Jr. download, and he was talking about these tracks, and I'm like, I've been there, I've seen it, like, so like I could have does that make like I had a more visual understanding of what he was talking about, which I thought that was
right.
You know,
Yeah, I think that's cool.
He was talking about Tioga Raceway. He was talking about Shangri-La, going there, 5 Mile Point, places like that. It was just awesome to listen to that.
Are we gonna go to New Smyrna when you come to Daytona?
What?
Oh, I gotta show you where I'm living.
Where you're living?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Where are you staying?
I'm staying like 8 minutes from the track.
From Daytona or New Smyrna?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can go to New Smyrna on.
It's like a 25-minute drive from Daytona.
It's not bad. I'm staying on the beach. Like,
okay.
We got a beach house, so it's dope.
Must be nice.
I still haven't been to New Smyrna, man, and it makes me mad because there's races there every freaking week, you know, and like entry fee is like $15, and I'm like, man, I just need to drive over there and go.
Well, they have a go-kart thing on the track that we could drive. I looked it up.
At New Smyrna?
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, that'd be really dope.
Yeah.
I'd
love to do that.
That'd be really dope. That's
anyway.
Topic, but if you didn't know, I'm going to the Daytona 500 in February.
Have fun, buddy.
It's about to be a blast.
About to be a drunk fest.
And then, no. I got too much to care about on that weekend.
Oh, okay. But CGR being bought by Trackhouse, awesome, great for Trackhouse. It's going to allow them to expand, especially now that they'll be back in the NASCAR town. You know, they are up there in Nashville right now, which does help them with their music background. Of their owner, Pitbull, kind of gives them a little bit of that outcast, but we're still here. You can't kick us out. But now going back to the home ground, or where NASCAR's from, it's going to help them grow even more. They're getting the building too, correct? Like they're getting it all.
They bought the whole thing, the whole freaking thing.
So the building, move into that building. Obviously going to have some expenses for a while. What?
I was thinking they probably bought it for like $50 million. That's what I'm thinking. Because like
I don't know, I'm thinking more toward 20.
Because like for the whole facility, everything, 2 charters. I don't know, 50 sounds about right. That's a price where he wouldn't even say no to. That's what I'm thinking.
Right. But and see the thing is
GANASSI is a net worth of $40 million.
Is that including the money that he just got, or
that is
probably not?
That is his net worth.
Right, that's the money he's earned. I'm surprised it's not more than that, honestly. With his,
so I'm guessing that number was around.
Well, NASCAR pays more. That's why.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. I know.
So why do you think he's so interested in just dipping on NASCAR and go? I mean, well, he's not interested because he wasn't going to sell. But
I think it's because he's in 2 sports.
He's a multiple.
He's a multiple. But I feel like he does care about the others more than NASCAR. I mean, I don't know personally, but
that's why.
Yeah. Maybe it's easier.
It is. Well, because I mean, NASCAR as a whole, you got to realize like, that's why like I'm jumping in the middle of my sentence, but being a NASCAR team is difficult, especially to be a winning NASCAR team. Because I mean,
that's
the fact that they lost Kyle Larson, which was going to be their best driver ever, like they've ever gotten, and they lost him, is
can't count out Sterling Marlin.
Dude, Sterling Marlin sucks.
Was that even technically Chip Ganassi, or was that still half PAI?
No, it was Chip.
That was Chip.
I mean, probably Juan Montoya was probably their best candidate they've ever gotten. but that was a joke.
Yeah, that says a whole lot right there, man.
No,
I mean-
but Jamie McMurray won more races besides Kyle Larson. That just tells you a lot.
Yeah, it really does.
So
I wish Jamie McMurray would have gotten a better ride because I don't think he would have been a champion driver or anything, but I think he would have had more wins.
He wins key moments, key races. That was
I remember when he won almost all the crown jewels in one race or one season. That was mind blowing. I was like,
2010 was
bro,
year.
this guy right here, man.
What did he do? What did he do all those other races?
Nothing.
He had some epic save in the 26 car.
Bro, that was at Atlanta, right? Atlanta or Texas or Charlotte. It was a cookie cutter. I remember that, but
I think I can't remember where.
Was it Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
going off of 2, yeah.
God, he was drifting that thing, and like the car
easy.
control with that drift, bro. Like
Was it
that
Kansas?
was sweet. It's kids. It's probably it's probably Gateway.
Ooh, we didn't even think about. So going to the who fills the role, we didn't even think about this. Noah Gregson as a possible fill-in.
Yeah, that's
For
his
for
second
what?
candidate for Trackhouse. That's what Justin Mark said. He said if Chastain
Trash.
I think it's a good option, actually. I think
It's a good option if you want to wreck all your cars.
But these new cars are more like the Xfinity cars.
So wreck them. What's your point? I don't know. I don't see the hype around Gregson, man. I don't like him. I don't like his personality.
His personality is a bit of Kyle Busch mixed with Clint Boyer. I'm going to say what's on my mind, and then I'm going to go have a White Claw.
I was ironic. This is a whole different thing, but I was watching a video yesterday actually about Riley Hurst. I don't know what the caption was or whatever, but it was his career in a nutshell, basically. And it basically said how is this another case of daddy's money, which it is, but it played this clip from like his K&N career or some shit. It was a Bristol race. Long story short, he wrecked out. He was being interviewed by some reporter. And, she was like, oh, blah, blah, blah. It sucks you got taken out, yada, yada, yada. And you think you can get the car repaired? And he was like, what do you mean? He was like, the car's freaking destroyed. Didn't you look at the right side? And then he just stormed off. And then she was like, what a douchebag. And like over air. And I was like, dude, you can't say that.
Who does that remind you of, though? Who would say something like that?
I mean, Kyle, but it was different from Kyle, though. Like, yeah, Kyle can be like that, but he's still respectful, kinda. You know what I mean? Like, no, I thought the same thing too. When I saw that clip, I was like, yeah, that was douchey as hell. Like, for one, he shouldn't have said that because that was 3 years ago. He's still a kid, for one. Like, have respect for what you're doing, and it clearly showed that he doesn't have respect for what he's doing. He was handed this opportunity. He didn't work.
Oh yeah, he did work for it somewhat, but at the same time, I get what you're saying too. Like, obviously, you have to have some type of you have to have money and you have to have some form of talent to get to where you're at. It's not just jumping.
Right. I mean, that's just the way it is. Right.
We pick on Quinn Houff. Quinn Houff has to have talent. Just he doesn't have that much talent.
I don't think he has talent. I think he's got daddy's money.
He's doing better this year compared to last year.
I mean, he did beat Chase Elliott in Nashville.
He did.
You're not wrong, and he didn't even make a lap. That's talent. So maybe he's got a pinch of talent.
He didn't even make a turn. He made it to a turn.
Shit, man. He barely got off pit road.
Okay.
And he still beat Chase.
Yeah. Listen, about that. I literally said something on Twitter. Okay, someone made a joke saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe Quinn Houff had a better race than Chase Elliott at the end of Nashville, okay? They made a tweet about it. I responded, well, that's because Quinn Houff is a way better driver than Chase. Literally, my bio just says Chase Elliott fan, and then I have a picture of his car in my cover photo, right? This Karen, I'm so pissed. She responds to me and goes, "Why would you ever say that? Chase Elliott is a champion. He won last year's championship. Did you not see?" And I was like, and she goes, "You have a Chase in your bio. You're a fake fan." And I was like, "Oh, this chick is serious."
Like, can you not see the sarcasm? Like
this chick is serious. I responded, "Dude, I know I'm such a fake fan. Honestly, I'll buy a Quinn House shirt." And then I sent her a picture of the total, and I said, "I just bought it." And
I honestly,
dead.
she was so
I thought
mad.
you're gonna get laugh at this. I thought about making a Quinn House shirt that would say Quinn House needs at least one fan beside his mom.
Ironically, I mean this. I don't know why it made me think about this. We're going off topic, and after I say this, we need to move on. But
We're on the
with you telling that story it made me think of like it was like 6, 7, 8 years ago now. I posted some pictures of some bass I caught from this lake that we lived at. Long story short, and so I posted the pictures and I was like, "Oh, you gotta love crawdads," because I was using artificial crawdads. And this girl I went to school comments and said, "Those are definitely not crawdads. I know what crawdads are. I love crawdads." And she was like, "You need to look up what you're doing because those aren't crawdads." And I was like, "Bitch, I know they're not crawdads. They're bass. I was using crawdads to catch them. That's why I love them." And actually, I don't even think I said I love them. I said bass gotta love them or something. I don't know. But it ended up being a whole argument of how these fish are not crawdads. And then she told me that crawdads are freshwater shrimp. And I was like, no. Crawdads are not freshwater shrimp. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. It's crawdads are crawdads. Like, they're crawfish, not freshwater shrimp. Because freshwater shrimp and crawdads are two different things.
What do you call them?
What?
What do you call them?
Crawdads?
It's crayfish.
Or crawfish. I always grew up calling crawdads.
Cray, like
crawl. I'd say it with a W.
It's crawl. It's
crawl. If you live in the South, it's crawl.
Crawfish. Yeah. Let's ask the Louisianan.
Right. Yeah. We'll see how he says it.
Okay. What are they called? They, as in people. The
Louisians. I have no idea.
Louisianians.
That's Louisiana.
Louisianians. I don't know. It's probably like Louisians or something. Louisians. That sounds legit.
I said, what do you call them? That sounds so
what do you call it? Like there's something from a different planet. What are those called again?
You guys didn't. I'm not repeating what I said earlier.
Well, what did you say?
Anyway.
You got to.
Nope.
Okay.
We're keeping this somewhat under our rating.
But no, it was just funny that she just wanted to argue with me about it, and I was like, do you not understand what I'm saying, girl? Like, I fish. Like, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, I fish too. I just don't go often." And I was like, "Clearly you don't if you don't understand like my wording of this post." Like, anyway, on to picks.
Starting with the two races this weekend, Xfinity and Cup Series.
Hold on.
Ho.
Mitch, you want to say something, right? Like,
I was gonna say, let's start with SRX, and you should look up where they're going.
Oh, me or him?
Whoever, I don't care. I believe it's called like the Lucas Oil Speedway, and I want to say, I'm not entirely sure, but I know it's in Indianapolis, and I want to say that's the old IRP Speedway.
Yeah, that's IRP.
Okay,
Yeah,
I wasn't entirely sure.
Yeah.
Because of the different name for it, but
Lucas Oil.
Yep, Lucas Oil 7321.
Man, I love that racetrack, man. I remember playing that on the old EA games, and I remember watching Xfinity go there. I wish they'd go back. That was always a good racetrack.
Oh, it's a beautiful racetrack, actually. It's a lot of contact. I love it.
Oh yeah. That's a great place for SRX. Michael Waltrip's going to fight someone this week. Probably Paul Tracy.
Oh, so they're doing 76 laps for the main event in honor of Independence Day. That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. How long are the heats? The normal 12 minutes or whatever?
The normal 12 minutes. Whatever. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's cool. I like that. Starting order. Let's see here. Heat 1, Heat 2. So, yeah, Heat 1, 12 minutes. Heat 2, 12 minutes. Feature race, 76 laps. So...
What's the lineup? Who are the two specials?
I think it's a draw, isn't it?
Well, I know, but I mean, I should have said the entry list. Sorry.
Oh.
Do they have it?
I'm looking at their Twitter page right now. I don't see.
It might not be announced yet. That's still, it's Wednesday. So
yeah.
Usually they announce it like Thursday or Friday.
Scott Speed. Oh, wait.
Scott Speed again.
Yeah, Lucas Oil. Yeah. Scott Speed, Michael Waltrip, Tony Kanaan. Bobby Santos the third.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't know who it is.
Bobby Santos.
He's a short track driver. Okay.
Sounds familiar.
Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte, Paul Tracy, Bill Elliott, Willie T. Ribbs, Ernie Francis Jr., Helio Castroneves, and then Marco Andretti.
Okay.
So who's your pick to win?
Lucas Oil / IRP. I'm gonna go with Michael Waltrip.
Ooh.
Solid. Michael Waltrip, yeah. That sounds legit.
I think the one, the man, the myth, the legend goes 3 in a row. Tony Stewart.
The one, the what?
I said the one, the man.
I know.
I think I'm gonna be on the Michael Waltrip train. I'm gonna pick him to win.
I look, man. He's been surprising the hell out of me in this racing league.
Swear.
Like, I didn't think that man could drift, and yet he does it 2 weeks in a row. Like, he's showing he actually has at least some sort of talent. I really feel like it has a lot to do with the fact that it's such a laid back type of series.
It is.
It's not NASCAR. It's not serious. You're out there to go and have fun, and he's having fun with it, and I think that's why we're seeing different results.
I wish Bill would step up.
Well, they said that he should have a different car this week, like a whole different car, like 100%.
Yeah, because he's had nothing but problems from week 1.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure actually a couple of people are going to have different cars after last week's carnage, but
Ray sitting there in the pit side, like,
yeah. I just know all these freaking cars. What a mistake this league was.
At least start building 12 new cars. Every single one of them has hit each other at least once.
Speaking of that, actually, SRX race last week was at Eldora.
Yeah.
I didn't see Heat 1 or 2. Heat 3 was freaking great. I loved what I saw. Stewart pretty much the fastest, as we expected.
I think he was toying with it too. I
really do too, man. Like, dude was on the inside, and I mean, he was doing good on the inside, but once Stewart went to the outside, it was pretty obvious. Like, it's going to be really hard to hold Stewart off.
Yeah. He said, "Oh, you're in my house," literally.
Literally, yeah. Like, my house is down the street. Like,
Bobby Labonte surprised me a little bit too.
Yeah, he had good speed as well.
Good too. Texas boy did good.
How did Michael do? Because I turned it on for Heat 3 and he was like 11th. I knew he didn't have a wing. I remember for some reason.
I think he was better for the lead, and then he got wrecked.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the interview of him complaining about Paul Tracy basically, and then said someone knocked his wing off, and then he said, "I'm a bird with no wings."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, Mike."
Old Michael comments, but
I love Mikey, man. He's something else. But anyway, on to NASCAR.
So
on to Xfinity Series, we have the 180 Henry at Road America.
180 Henry.
Yeah.
What is Henry?
Henry Rifles.
What?
Yeah.
I could have swore that last year they banned any gun sponsors on NASCARs. That's
not a NASCAR-owned track.
No, but it's on NASCAR. It's on the 99 car, Kevin Harvick.
But then you'd have to ban Bass Pro because they sell guns.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, they did. They banned gun sales.
Hang on.
Like I specifically read that. That's why I'm just so mind blown. Because
Hang on.
I can understand not doing Bass Pro because of the fact that they sell so much other shit. But if they did like Bass Pro fucking guns or whatever, Bass Pro guns.
They banned assault weapon bans sponsors. Henry Rifles is a lever action rifle.
All right, that makes sense then. Never mind. Continue. Sorry. I just thought it was just guns.
It's stupid.
Well,
rifles. People who think that we can't get this is political. I'm not talking about it.
yeah, it's not.
I was just confused there. That's why I was like, what?
I'll explain it after to you. But suck pick. I have a feeling.
Well, first I want to say what it's going to be on. It's going to be on the regular NBC channel, so not NBCSN. And it's going to be on 2:30 Eastern Standard Time on Saturday.
All right. Suck pick for me. I have two. One of them's going to suck so bad they ain't making the show. Natalie.
What do you mean by not making the show though?
She ain't making the race. There's 46 entries.
Is she not on a charter?
No.
She's in the 23.
They don't have charters.
They don't have charters, so they have to point.
But is she high enough in points though? Because they still have a certain amount of points.
It's Our Motorsports. No, they don't.
Okay.
Yeah, they're. But
I agree. I agree.
Just be happy you got to show up. Go take some Instagram photos because apparently that's what you're more into nowadays.
That's all she is, bro. She's a model that drives a car. Surprisingly.
Yep. But who else is gonna suck though? I'm looking at Gene Haas. Or sorry, not Gene Haas. Riley Herbst.
Gene Haas.
Yep, Gene Haas. Riley Herbst. He's got one race there. His average finish is 5th, but he has not been performing very well this year. Average finishes or start is 5th. His average finish 23rd.
All right, Mitch. So you got this.
Gene Haas.
You knew what I meant, Mitch.
I know. I was just mind blown. Yep. I don't disagree with you though. My suck pick is Brandon Jones. He sucks. So,
That's pretty. My suck pick. I'm gonna go out of the gate here and say he always has bad luck here. Justin Allgaier's gonna suck. He always just gets ran over or something stupid.
Got 2 wins and 7 starts.
I was gonna say he's won there twice. Yeah.
No, but like, if you win,
he either wins or he wins.
He has 2 wins. He only has 1. I thought.
2. I think 2. Yeah. I think it's back-to-back years too.
Stats of Road America 1 win.
9 races. Oh nope, he has 1 win.
Okay, 1 win.
1 win, 2 top 5s, 2 DNFs. Lead lap finish is 6. Average start 10th. Average finish 13th.
Yeah.
How many starts?
9.
9.
9.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's gonna suck.
It's all right. Stats. Yeah, there's a stacked field this week that I could see him sucking.
Oh yeah.
Who needs a good run?
Needs a good run. Going back to Noah Gragson. Currently 2 races at this track, 1 top 5 with an average finish of 5th and a average start 7th. So that is an improvement over a race, but he needs to finish a race on the lead lap and not fucking do something stupid.
Yeah. I'm kind of skipping who needs a good run. I'm going to tell you who's going to run well. I'm going 1 number up from your suck pick, Thomas, or Nick, I should say. I'm going with Kevin Harvick. He's going to run good in that BJ McLeod machine.
Sponsorship opportunities.
Like
that is cool. I do like their paint scheme for that car, though.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Who's going to suck this week? I'm going to go. Shoot.
Wait, what? Didn't you just tell us he's going to suck?
No, who needs a good run? That's what I meant.
Oh, I was going to say what?
I'm going to say Brandon Brown just because he's 50 points below the cut line. I think he can actually do something here because it's not about, it's not mostly about speed. So I feel like his raw natural talent can get him up there. So
I agree. I expect him to be in top 10.
gonna win?
Race winner. This was actually probably one of the toughest decisions I had to make because
I agree.
I know there's 2 guys in the field or 3 guys who definitely could win. And
I think there's 4 guys that could win.
well, 4, yes. The 3 that I was thinking of are between AJ, Kyle Busch, and Ty Gibbs. I'm looking at AJ Allmendinger, though. He does have 3 races there. He does have a win. He's finished in the top 5 twice. 3 lead lap finish with an average finish of 9th. He obviously knows how to get around that track. I think he's going to be the man to beat again. I'm also taking into consideration how he was at, was it Canadian Tire they were at? No, where were they? Earlier in the year. When he came back from
Coda?
No, not Coda, where he came back from the back of the pack. Jeff spun out. Mid-Ohio?
Mid-Ohio.
Mid-Ohio. Came back.
What year did he win there? I'm just curious.
I think it was like back in his before he went cup racing.
So Penske days?
10 days, yeah. So
okay. That was
good level. 3 races, but still. I think that he also has 2 poles. So clearly he knows how to get around that track fast.
Yeah, I agree. It was a really tough pick for me to choose a winner for this week. There's a lot of good road racers this week. I went with Austin Cindric. I think he's going to be riding that Pocono momentum, and obviously he's a road racer, as we know. I think he's going to be hard to beat this week. Obviously, it's going to be a heck of a road course race this week, though, both Cup and Xfinity, I think, but Xfinity mainly, really. There's 4 good guys that are going to be up there battling it out this week, but going with Cindric.
I'm gonna do an underdog this week just because Xfinity I feel like is actually gonna come down to the 22, 81, 16, 54. That's the top 4. That's
81. Is that
Ty Gibbs?
Yeah. That's Ty Gibbs. So pretty much the 4 people that I thought were gonna win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go someone who this would be an awesome win. Kaz Gralla, when he drove the 3 at the
he's capable, man.
He is.
He went up to a top 5, led lap, finished 7th. So
I did see that he's running this weekend too.
So
I thought you were gonna say McClements.
Oh no. I'm not a big Clements.
He's got to win.
So your Cup race, it'll be on Sunday, July 4th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's on NBC regular channel as well. So that's
and
good.
MRN radio.
So who's gonna suck?
Sorry. Who is gonna suck at the Jockey Made 250? It is gonna be none other than the driver out of the Wood Brothers stall, Matt DiBenedetto.
Wow.
I feel like that now that he knows, I feel like that he pretty much knows he's going to be back with Wood Brothers next year. So I think
we don't know that.
I feel like he's probably thinking it though.
I agree.
So I feel like he's going to let his guard down, and I think this is going to be a bad week for him. I think this will be a good slap in the face as well. Like, hey, start performing, dumbass. We all wanted him to. We want him to do so good, just because he's like the little guy who takes it.
My Cup suck is Alex Bowman.
Bowman the showman.
I don't see him running well this week. Not at Road America. It's going to be a rough weekend for him.
It's a good call.
I
didn't get it. Damn it.
I'm actually going with another Hinder guy. I think Kyle Larson's going to struggle this week. Don't have a reason, just have a feeling.
I just realized too, Austin Cindric's making Cup start this weekend too.
Yep.
Don't know. And Ty Dillon is in the 96 for Gaunt Brothers.
He's gonna suck.
And then TBA is in the 53 for Rip Bear Racing, Mitch.
Fuck you, bro. Fuck you.
You didn't like my comment earlier?
No, I like them all. They all suck.
Needs a good run. I think that Ross Chastain needs another good run. I think that looking at the point standings, he's currently, I believe, how many points out is he? 72 points out. He has to start looking at trying to get a win in to make it. I mean, you look at Chris Buescher, he's 3 out currently. Daniel Suarez is doing better than all of them.
Not by much, though.
Huh?
I said not by much, though.
No, but who here thought, if I told you at the beginning of the season, Daniel Suarez was going to be higher than Bubba Wallace halfway through the year, would you have thought that?
No.
Absolutely. I did, actually. I thought Trackhouse was going to be better than 2311 from the beginning.
I thought they could be better, but I thought that being that Bubba was going to be working with Kyle, Denny, Martin, Christopher Bell, all those, they're all good drivers. You would have expected more out of Bubba. You thought he would have kind of like matured and raced better. But
I agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't think Bubba is working with any of them but Hamlin. Because that's not the other driver's obligations. They can care less what he's doing, honestly, I think.
That is true.
I mean, hell, they're all winners this year. But Hamlin.
I say but Hamlin. Maybe that's why Hamlin sucks. He's focusing too much on
He could be. He's too focused, maybe. Worried about trying to get the freaking 23 to run fast.
Oh, yeah. But who do you got, Mitch?
Once again, like Xfinity, I'm not gonna do who needs a good run. I'm gonna tell you he's gonna run good. I'm going with the 14 car. I think he's gonna have a really good run this weekend. I'm thinking top 5, especially with practice and qualifying.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do Daniel Suarez needs another good run, because he's only 48 points behind the cut line.
It's doable. He's got time.
And honestly, I think he could do it. I think he can point his way in. So, I want to see it happen.
And that would be huge for him if he can. And also a massive disappointment for 2311 if Suarez can.
Looking at the points, there's really only, I would say, 4. Yeah, I'm going to say 4. I think 60 points out is Matt DiBenedetto in 21st. I feel like there's only 4 drivers who have the ability to really point their way in, being Bubba Wallace, Stenhouse, Suarez, and Chris Buescher. I think outside of that, you got to either perform and get a win, or you're probably not going to make it. Ross Chastain, I know I said that he needs a good run. Good runs can lead to wins, though. And now that you know that company's not coming back, you're basically out there auditioning. Yes, he may be the top candidate for Trackhouse Racing next year, but they may not like what they see and say, nah.
No, not after what he pulled, last week on Bell. I mean,
yeah.
Justin Marks is a really good guy. I don't think he likes people that just
run people over.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's also he's a good driver. I mean, I liked seeing him in the Xfinity series. He obviously never got any good equipment, but
when he won for Chip, that was really big.
Yeah. What did you just say? Oh, points. Are you looking at the points right now?
I was.
Keep pulling back up.
Yeah, what do you need?
Just read through them real quick. Like
playoffs or driver?
Driver, yeah.
Okay, driver. Denny Hamlin, leader, 761 points. Kyle Larson, 2 back. Willie B, 71. Joey Logano, 110. Kyle Busch, 111. Chase Elliott, 128. MTJ, 155. Ryan Blaney, 175.
Hey, hold on. Stop. I'm sorry. There's no reason to continue. Skip down a little bit. Go past 16th.
17th, Michael McDowell. 18th, Suarez. Stenhouse. And 19th, 20th, Bubba. 21st, Matty D. Ross Chastain, 22. You want me to keep going?
How far back is 25th from the cut line?
Chase Briscoe. Well, let me go to the playoff standing.
He's 116 behind.
All right, go up
to
20th. I don't know.
54.
I just 54. Okay, go down. I just disagreed with your numbers, but I don't know what the actual numbers are.
Okay. So 21st is minus 60 with Matty D. Ross Chastain is 72 back. I think that's where. Well, personally, I don't think.
What's after him?
Ryan Preece.
101.
Yeah, 101.
No charter.
Okay. So yeah, I think Ross Chastain is the limit with that. I think he could point his way in. Do I think he will? No. Sure. But I think it's possible because we still have 15 races till the regular season ends?
No, like 8.
No.
Or 8?
Yeah, like we have 1, 2.
That's right. I'm not thinking right.
Yeah, because we hold on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 races left.
Yeah.
All right. So Ross Chastain is absolutely the limit. Then I think he could, but he would absolutely have to have top 5s the whole rest of the way.
He has to get stage points, like
that as well.
No,
that could be.
He has to win. He has to win stages.
I mean, well, compared
I
to
disagree.
the other guys,
I think if he finished top 5 both stages and then finished top 10s, I think he could point his way in. But
as long as he gains 10 points a race on every
right. Statistically, he could make it.
Yeah, but that would require Chris Buescher, Harvick, Denny Hamlin.
True. All the other guys, all the Hendrick guys, the Gibbs guys. The realism of it is slim.
That's why I'm saying. That's why I put that 60-point marker because
right.
He can win Daytona. Ross Chastain is aggressive as.
He is, and he's a good plate racer as well.
He could totally pull an Austin Dillon, Eric Almirola situation.
Yeah,
he is that. But
I think Chastain, or not Chastain. I'm sorry, Suarez. I think he could point his way in there too.
Oh yeah, I think he will.
He's got time. I agree. I think he will as well.
I think
I think Kurt's worried about where he's going. He don't know right now if he's even wanting to stay at that point.
I think Buescher's in a drop just because of where the team is at as well. Is just like
I agree.
Going back and forth, but
right off this season.
It's going to be a close battle.
Oh yeah, that bubble is going to get smaller and smaller,
as it always does. Who's above Kurt, and then by how many points?
I know it's Reddick, and
above Kurt is Harvick, who's 158 points above the cutoff line.
No.
And that's playoff wise?
Yeah. That's as the playoffs. If the playoffs were to start today, this is how it sits.
No, bro.
That's how I'm reading it.
Yeah, that ain't right. Because I was gonna say he should be like 12 or 13.
Okay.
Who?
Yeah.
Kurt's 14th, but Harvick's 9th in driver standing. I'm looking at the playoff standings as they sit.
So wait, it shows you. Okay,
the
next person above.
It shows them where they're at.
Okay, the next person above Kurt though is Reddick, plus 48.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But
that worries me because Reddick hasn't been performing lately.
Yeah.
Neither has Austin Dillon really.
Same.
He's plus 91.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's pretty solid though.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna be a close battle. I think Suarez can do it. I hope he does personally. It'll be huge, and it'll also be a big ass smack in the face of 23-11.
Yeah, but anyways, we're getting to
anyways.
Where do we leave off?
Wins. I don't know if you did a good run, Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan didn't do a good run.
I did. Daniel Suarez.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's why we're even talking about all this.
My race winner, and I feel like this is just because he needs a rebound after everything that's been happening in the last few weeks. I think Chase Elliott's just going to, being that they have practice time, it's looking like it's going to be a dry weekend. I think he's going to be the man to beat.
I'm going with Kyle Busch. He's rolling on a whole lot of momentum, just on a career-wise, not just Cup-wise, career momentum. He's got a lot of good things going for him right now. I think he's just going to continue it, and he's going to go get a Road America win, especially after getting Xfinity practice.
Unless he loses first, second, and third gear again.
Well, if he does, he's screwed there. But
Man, Kyle's in extreme fuel save mode. He's trying to make the race on one stop.
well, he ain't even trying to pit.
I'm trying to go back and just remember who was good at Road America back in the day in Xfinity. You know,
I know there's like no one.
there's no one because
I remember Marcus Ambrose was pretty good.
Edwards was really good there.
Yeah.
Busher sucked. Ricky Stenhouse sucked. Chase sucked. Oh, what the hell? Willie B's gonna win.
That's a good.
I think you're better off choosing Almirola on that one, buddy.
No, Willie B's a good racer.
That's bold. That's bold.
Yeah, I don't have any faith in. I don't know who's gonna win this week. Actually,
Okay,
I don't either, honestly.
Elliott passed Ty Dillon for the win at Road America.
Who?
Chase.
That was no. That was
That Canadian Tire.
Yeah. As I say, I don't think Chase won any road courses in Xfinity.
Yeah.
No, Truck Series. I was thinking.
Yeah.
But
back to 2014.
early odds. So posted by NBC 2 days ago. Early odds list Chase Elliott as points bet favorite for Road America currently too.
I'm surprised, honestly. I figured Larson would have been the top for that.
I think they're factoring in practice.
I mean, I agree, but I don't know. Larson's fucking quick right now.
He is.
But Larson also didn't do nothing at Road America either. So none of them did. None of them. I don't think Kyle won there. Kevin hasn't won there.
I don't think any current Cup driver has won there.
I honestly almost went with AJ Allmendinger for Cup because he has the Xfinity win. I almost did.
That is
But
actually,
I didn't know if the equipment would carry him enough.
well, it's RCR equipment. A road course and short tracks are equalizers.
Right, but I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be quite enough. I think he's gonna be strong. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's gonna be race winning. I think
So Elliott was top
someone
5,
else will be top.
At Road America in 2014.
Who won?
Yeah, so he has experience.
Alex Tagliani.
Tagliani. I hate that guy. That's right. I remember that race.
And I'm looking to see. What the heck? I'm trying to see who won. Because I don't have any stats up. Oh, Ryan Blaney's pretty decent here.
Ryan Blaney reminds me a lot of I don't even know who it is. He just reminds me of someone.
His dad?
It's like, well, I mean, kind of, yeah. Especially his younger version of his dad, not really the older, the end of his career. But
Bubba Wallace has ran really good at Road America. I didn't even know that.
Bubba Wallace is trash.
Oh, speaking of Bubba Wallace, somebody made a meme. Hard eat bubbles when you reckon the first 50 laps. His Dr. Pepper car says, "Eat my bubbles" on the back.
Is that the scheme he's running?
I'm guessing. It says 7/4/21, so yeah.
Yeah.
That number, that font irritates me on that car. It doesn't look good.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest with you. Ryan Blaney may be our winner.
I can see it.
I'm watching the last 3 laps of this race. God, He is fast.
Which year?
2015. Oh,
Who won it?
Paul Menard. He's
Paul
chasing
Menard.
Menard right now.
I remember that one, Menard.
It's between him, Bubba, and Blaney, like going for the
Yep.
win.
Yep.
Yeah, this is crazy. Dude, I
I
remember
remember that.
this is such a great year of Xfinity, 14, 15.
Yeah.
When
Yep.
Chase and all of them were rookies. Oh, beautiful stuff.
Oh yeah. But
So,
do we have any other information for tonight's podcast? Because I think we're starting to run on empty.
I was gonna say something.
Yeah, I'm done. Personally, I didn't have anything for this weekend. Honestly, I just
What did we just talk about a second ago?
points.
Forza.
No, not that far back. Like literally, like a minute ago.
Like,
Talking about Ryan Blaney.
what do you act like? And then you were talking about Bubba. The duck
Oh.
number.
Jesse Ulugi. I hope he gets a good break in his career. I like him a lot.
Really? Do you like?
Yeah, I like him a lot, and not only. I mean, I feel like he's talented. I don't know much about his racing career specifically. I know this is his second year in trucks, and I know he's dabbled in Xfinity a good bit. But
Yeah.
I just he's a good story. You know, he's from the military and stuff. I think he's living his dream, literally. And I think it'd be really cool if he got a good break and got a good ride.
Yeah, Jesse's a really cool dude. Like I like knowing about him a little bit.
Yeah, I follow him on socials.
You know who I'm ready for to get in the Cup Series?
Who?
I honestly, oh, never mind. Forget what I said.
What?
I was about to say I'm ready for the rivalry of Sam Mayer and Ty Gibbs. That thing's always continued, and they're gonna race this weekend together.
I can see it. Yeah.
Well, no,
If
they wreck each other all the time. Like,
Do they?
Okay, so
Oh,
they wreck
yeah.
each weekend.
they're both as
Who's
talented,
first?
huh?
Who? If they wreck each other this weekend, who swings first?
Sam.
Did you see that freaking save in I don't know if it was Arc or Kanan or which one, but at the Pocono race?
Where
This
Ty
week-
blocked? You know,
I think so. And then a car just literally like swerved across the whole track.
yeah, that was crazy. That
Oh,
was
that
Chandler
was-
Smith.
Yeah, Chandler Smith. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, when I saw him going back to the right, I was like, oh, this is ugly. that was some driving there, man. That was some driving.
I like Chandler. He's
I don't. I don't like him at all. I honestly, I don't know what it is about it, but all the people that Kyle Busch puts in his trucks, I don't like them. But that's weird because I also like Todd Gilliland now. Like, I even liked him in the KBM trucks. He's probably the only one that I ever liked.
Well, besides John Hunter, right?
Well, yeah, besides John Hunter. But I liked John Hunter before he went to KBM, so that's kind of different. But I don't know. It's just, I don't like the people he chooses to put in the trucks.
you don't like Willie B at all?
No, I don't like Willie B at all. Not at all.
He hates Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, pretty much.
But on that note, I'm all out of information.
Yeah, well, I'm ready to end off the night.
All right.
Thank you all for watching. Appreciate the thing. We have a consistent viewers of 7 tonight, so that was good.
We probably lost him at the end. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it dipped down at like 10 minutes ago. Average watch time is 50, so that's awesome. That's great. Thank you guys so much for the support.
Comment.
50 what minutes?
Yeah, 50 minutes at a time is like what they usually watch.
How long are we in?
Section.
Like 2 hours.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
All right, well.
That's cool though.
Thank you all for all that. Anyways, see y'all next